Hey guys, my name is Hannah, welcome to my channel, and I would say let's have some fun today. So like you can see and read on the title, I really want to share with you my top 10 summer palettes. And I have to say my decision on that palettes was really quick. I use every palette I have in my collection, don't get me wrong, for every season. But there are some palettes here and there you think a little bit more of when you are in the middle of a certain season, you know? So those are my top 10 summer palettes I want to share with you today. Maybe some of them are repeats. I showed maybe some of them to you also for the fall time or something like that. But those are some palettes maybe that are reminding me of both seasons, of both times, but all in all I really tried to not overlap the palettes I showed you, that I really use some other palettes. So if it sounds good and interesting to you, then stay tuned and I would say let's get started. So the palettes are in no particular order, but I would say let's start with the smaller ones that I have. Number one is from Pat McGrath and it's the Nocturnal Nirvana palette, this quad right here. I really think this one is looking so nice, so fresh in the summertime when you are using this one. This is one I really love. It don't get that much use out of me. It did get much use out of me when I first bought it, but now it's not that much anymore, sadly. But I really love this one and I want to pull this out a little bit more around summertime. I really love those flashy, summery and glittery colors. You can just use 1 or 2 shades of this palette and put it on your whole eyelid and call it a day and it's looking beautiful, fresh and summery. So I really love that. I think, to be honest, this gold right here would be right now really nice with my eye look, so why not? Let's use a little bit of that and I will smooch it right here in the center of my eyelid to give it even more pop, like that. Oh, it's beautiful. Yeah, exactly what I needed. It's so nice, so fresh. I really love this palette. It's a beautiful one. It's the OG of Pat McGrath. I really love this format. I really love that you have 4 special shades in here, especially this greenish one. It's really stunning, beautiful and so unique. And also this really sky blue right here. I love this one for all over the lid and to give your eyes a really nice shimmery look. Also this lilac-y one you can use to deepen up the look if you want to. So all in all, I think this is a really nice cohesive palette, although it's just a quad, and I really love this one. I really want to use this a little bit more in the summertime. I know I will do this and I will have my fun with it, and yeah, really an OG. I love that I have it and I hope you have it maybe as well, because I'm not sure if it's available anymore, if you can get it anywhere, but if you can, really get your hands on it because I think it's a beautiful quad from her. I really want to use this one right now in the summertime a little bit more again. So the next smaller palette I have is from Tom Ford and it's the Lava Lustre palette. It's also a quad. You know what? This one I could also put on the top of my eyelid, but let's stay grounded right now. Don't get overboard, but it would be also really nice for the look right now. I love this one. It's so pretty, so beautiful. It gives you the right amount of shimmer effect and wet looking effect, but it's not overly shimmery like a Pat McGrath, what I also really love. But on those days you don't want that, this one is perfect. It has the bronzy tones, the goldeny tones and the reddish gold tones, a more neutral tone right here. And I think this one is really nice for summertime. I love this one. Also the same thing like the Pat McGrath one, you can just use 1 to 2 colors, put it on the whole eyelid and call it a day and it's looking beautiful, summery and fresh. And like I told you, it's not over glittery, but it gives you some shimmer for sure, and it's beautiful shimmers, I have to say. They are really finely crashed and melted in here. I love that. And it's so fresh, so nice and so lightweight on the eyelids, and it's also giving you a really light, nice wettish effect, and I love that. So if you do a all-round fresh base, then this one is really your best friend, I think. It's a little bit pricey. I have to say I don't know if it's available anymore as well. I'm so sorry if not, but I really love this one. And I use it more than I thought I will, but it's really a staple now in my collection. I like to use maybe some nice, good old mattes on the crease and on the outer corner and just take one of those and put it on the whole lid. And also, like I told you, not just that, I also like to just use those colors and put it on the whole lid if I don't have that much time. But all in all, it's a really nice, summery, versatile quad for me, and a really neutral quad as well, with a little flip maybe with those bronzy, reddish, goldenish tones. And I think it's embracing the lava theme really nice with those tones. It's really a lava toned eyeshadow palette, and I also love that as well about it. So all in all, really can recommend this one for summertime, and you will have in the end with this one a really nice and fresh look. So the next small one, I think this one and another one that it's also a little bit smaller, and then we will come to the bigger ones. But the next small one is from Natasha Denona. It's the Mini Love Palette. Guys, this is so nice. It's so cute, fresh, and young looking, and I really love this. But I think this is a really nice rounded up palette from Natasha Denona. If you want some mattes, I think you don't need any more other mattes with this one. I think the mattes are really nice for the crease, for the outer corner, and here you have some for the lid and a really nice glittery toppery shade. I really love this one. Also, this toppery shade is really, really beautiful. It's between a bronze and a rosy tone, and I really like this one. But it's also not overly glittery. It's really right in the middle, and for that I think it's also really playful but sophisticated, like I told you, on the same time. So really just can say good things about it. And it's also this really nice, fresh, young, cute look for the summertime with a nice flowy dress, you know. I imagine this one to be really, really beautiful, so highly can recommend this one as well. So the last palette that's in the smaller category is from Colourpop, and it's the Cherry Crush palette. It's this one. Do I have to say more? It's all red, it's reddish, rosy vibes in here, and I think this is perfect for summer. You have the cherries, you know, it's all summer vibes in this palette. It's a really monochromatic one, yes. The most looks will look relatively similar to each other, and I don't use this very often, to be completely honest, but when I'm using it I really love it. It's really there, really bright, you can definitely see it. But it's not overly glittery, I have to say. It's not overly glittery and also not overly metallic-like. It's somewhere in the middle, I have to say. It's really, yeah, it's giving your eyes a really nice bright pop, but without being over dramatically glittery or metallic-y. So with this one I think it's keeping a nice balance, even though they are not really shimmery, glittery or metallic-like, the metallics and shimmers in here. But I think for this palette this is nice because you don't get a too dramatic look. With this it's keeping a little balance, you know, with your look. It's really like a satin metallic almost. I can't really describe it, but it's somewhere in between everything. But I really like it. I really like that it's that, and it's not overly dramatic, I have to say, because the colors themselves are dramatic enough, you know, so I think it's nice that the shimmers and metallics aren't that metallic-y or shimmery. So again, a perfect and not that pricey palette for summer if you like reds or if you want to switch it up a little bit, but don't want to pay that much money for a palette you maybe don't use that often. I think this is a great, nice deal and a great palette to have for us red lovers, you know, but that don't wear it on a daily occasion, but when we are doing it, we are loving it. So really looking forward to use this one also again, because it was a long time, definitely, and it's time again to pull this one out and play a little bit with it. My hand is stained from this Cherry Crush palette, so that's that. The next palette is also a palette that isn't available anymore, but maybe you can buy it on some retailers that you can find on the internet, but it's the MAC X Lisa palette. And this one is really, really, really reminding me of summertime. I love it. I love this glittery, lilac-y bluish tone right here. It has nice bluish sparkles in it. This rosy tone, this really peachy tone right here. All in all, this is really a summertime palette for me. I love to wear it. It's looking so fresh, but the sparkles are really there and really wet looking as well. So this is one from MAC I really, really love. It's the first one I really tried from MAC. It's the first eyeshadow palette I really tried from MAC. But I have to say I'm positively pleased with it. The only thing maybe, the mattes aren't that long wearing. They are a little bit fading over time, but not in that dramatic sense that they aren't there anymore at the end of the day. But I noticed at the end of the day when I look at my eye look, it's not that intense like it was before maybe. But that's nothing that bothers me personally. I really like it anyways, and this is anyways a palette for me that's more for that fresh light looks and not for that really heavy dark looks. So you know, it's fitting exactly the K-pop or yeah, Korean vibe. I think Korean makeup isn't that dramatic. It's more cutesy, more lightweight, but really, really fresh looking. And I think this palette is really nailing this feeling of makeup. And therefore I think this is a really nice and great summer palette as well. So the next palette is the palette I'm wearing on my eyes today. And now with a little bit of my Pat McGrath Nocturnal Nirvana quad in combination. But this is the main show of my eye look today. And it's the KVD Vegan Beauty Edge of Reality palette. I really didn't use this one in a long time. It's not that I don't like it, I really like it. It's not really for complicated looks in my opinion. It's more for fast, easy, quick looks. But there's relatively often a time and a place for that as well. And I really like this one. I think the shimmers are really wet looking and shimmery and really creamy as well. But they're creasing a little bit faster than my other shimmers in my collection. But it's nothing that bothers me. I smudge it a little bit together at the middle of the day and then it's looking perfectly fine and good again. I really think of summer when I see this palette. It's really fresh, really airy, really creamy, shimmery-like, and I really like this about that palette. And I think it's a really nice, fast, easy summer palette as well. And I want to use this one now again a little bit more because it doesn't get the love from me that it deserves, that's for sure. Because I think it's a really nice palette and it's getting sometimes overlooked, you know, because of all the other palettes I really, really love. This is not on the top, but it's a nice palette anyways, and I enjoy my time with it when I'm using it. And I think the eye look is really beautiful and fresh looking, so what I can ask more for, you know? So I really want to use this one again now a little bit more. Okay, number 7. It's a really pricey palette, so don't come for me, but I really love this one, and I think when I look at it, it's really reminding me of summertime. It's the Gucci palette. And I won't say the name again because I can't. But it's so beautiful, the compact, the inside as well. I think the inside is really, when I look at it, it's summer in a palette. You have all the beautiful warm brown tones and a little bit of cool tones as well, but they're really lightweight. So therefore I think it's really hitting that summer spot, you know, that it's nailing that. When I'm using it, my eye look is every time looking really, really fresh, nice and beautiful. Also those shades for a night out in the summer or just to have a little bit fun and a pop of color. So I think all in all the Gucci palette is really a nice summer palette as well. It's really lightweight and it's holding the whole day on my eyelids and it's not really creasing. It's really, really holding well on my eyes for the hot summertime, you know. I think this is important as well sometimes to think a little bit about that, and this palette is really giving me that. I don't have to worry about my eye look, I don't have to worry about much creasing. It's really a nice staple in my collection now, and I will use it all year round, but now I'm really happy to have it for the summertime as well. So the next one is again a Natasha Denona palette, and it's the Circo Loco palette. This one is a really fun one for summer, guys. I really love this one. I use it so often, more than I thought actually, to be completely honest. I really love this one. I normally don't do that bright colors on my eyelid very often, but this one is really challenging me to do that because it's so fun, so nice to use this one. It's every time a really good experience I have with this one when I'm creating an eye look. It's so easy, so fast, and so simple. You don't have to think much with this. If you have a combination in your mind that you want to do, this palette will give it to you in seconds because it's easy, nice to blend out, and yeah, it's holding also the whole day. It's really not creasing. It's really not creasing that fast. I noticed this with this one as well. So therefore I'm really happy about that as well. And it's a nice summer palette with bright jewel tone colors in it. And yeah, this is for me summer in a palette, guys. I really love this one and I will definitely use this one like crazy right now. So the next one is maybe a palette I have maybe also mentioned in my fall video, but I'm not sure about that right now. Maybe it is, but it's also reminding me really of summer, and it's the Natasha Denona Gold palette. It's really nice. The brown tones, the gold tones, those bluish tones for a nice pop of color, you know. All in all, this is also really a palette that's reminding me of summer. You can amp it up with those glittery toppery shades and make it shiny and wet looking and beautiful and yummy. And yeah, do I have to say more? I don't think so, guys. I think this palette is really a summer palette as well. It's also a fall palette, I have to say. It's really also reminding me of fall, but also for summer. Those toasty brownish tones for the summertime, I think those are looking every time really beautiful, effortless, nice, but really put together on the same time, and this palette is giving me that. And if I want, like I told you, some pop of color, I have those blue shades, I have this really bright gold here, and yeah, for a nice glittery effect, I have those toppery shades. This palette is giving me all I need for the summertime, you know, and it's also everyday friendly as well. So what can I ask more for, guys? I love this palette very much, and I use this also really often all year round, but now I'm really excited again for this one, and I want to use it in the summertime like crazy. We come to the last palette, and the last palette is really bright one, and maybe you know which one will come. It's the Melt Amor Mariposas palette. I love the packaging, I love the outside, but I also love the inside, guys. This is really a bright, fun summer palette with nice pops, but you also have this really nice, yeah, neutral roll right here. If you don't have those days where you feel like much bright colors on your eyelid, but you want a little bit of color, then you can just use this row right here for your upper lid area maybe, and just pop a little bit of those bright shades on your lower lash line, and you are good to go. I love it. It's giving me more mattes than shimmers, and I think this is also a nice thing because most of my palettes are really shimmer heavy, and I love shimmers, but it's nice to have a palette I can count on with some pop of colors that are more, yeah, matte heavy than shimmer heavy, so I have a little bit of that as well, you know. And I really love this one. I really love to create looks with this one. I don't use it that often, but I hope it will change now that it's getting warmer and I feel more like, yeah, a little more color on my eyes and a little bit more fun, you know. And this is giving me that, so therefore it's really reminding me as well of summertime, and I really want to give this right now some more love for sure. So guys, we are already at the end of this video. I know it was a little bit faster one, but like I told you, this was a simple, fast decision for me with those palettes I showed you today, and therefore my answers to those palettes were also really fast and simple. But I think we all agree with this when we see those palettes, that those are really nice fresh palettes for the summertime, and I really can recommend each one of those palettes. They are really stunning, nice and beautiful, and I really have always my fun with them when I'm using them. So yeah, I'm really excited to dig into those during the summertime a little bit more again, and really excited about that. So guys, yeah, with that being said, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope I could give you some inspiration for some palettes, and maybe you have some of those palettes in your collection as well. So pull them out, play with them, and make a fun summer look. And yeah, have just fun with your collection, I would say. And if you enjoyed this video, I hope you will give me a thumbs up and click the like button, and maybe consider to follow me and click on the little bell right there to get notifications every time I post something new, so that you are aware of that when a new video is up on my channel. With that being said, I hope we will see each other in my next videos, guys. Until then, bye.